Jennifer Welch and with the Welch Group, and I'm here today with Robin Blender. She is the organizing professional extraordinaire. Her business is called Consider It Organized. And Robin, I'm so excited to get to talk to you today.
I'm excited too. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks. I have a few questions for you. I would love to get some insight on your business. So my first question to you is, can you tell me what a professional organizer can do?
Well, a professional organizer can do a lot of things, but a lot of people, I think a lot of people watch these organizing shows and they think that an organizer comes in and makes your space look pretty. It organizes your closet or your pantry, and we can do that. But I think what's important about being organized is realizing that being organized is not necessarily it's not necessarily about being
Southern Living,
yeah, magazine cover ready.
Right.
It's really about having what you need, where you need it, when you need it, so that you can be more productive and you can have more time and energy to spend on the things that matter to you most.
Absolutely.
And that's what an organizer can help you do.
That's fantastic. And I know we can all use help with things like that.
Sure.
Our lives are so chaotic that having what you need when you need it and not shuffling through everything and losing things consistently would make your life so much less stressful.
Exactly. And Lord knows we have enough stress, right?
Absolutely. Okay, I have another question for you then.
Okay.
In your business, have you found a real niche with working inside the organization profession in Florida here?
I have. And when I first started my business, Jennifer, I really thought that I was going to be working consistently with moms like yourself,
yes,
and myself, and I still do some of that. But I really have found a business and a heart for working with people who have maybe more challenges or who have gone through a life transition or are going through a life transition.
Okay.
And I work a lot with. I've been working a lot with people who are have challenging disorganization, maybe something in their life that has been ongoing, and it's been a really big problem for them.
Okay.
People with ADHD.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I've done. I'm a member of the Institute for Challenging Disorganization as well as a couple of other organizations that really have given me a lot of education about how to work with people and help them figure out what makes it work best for them. Also being here in Florida, we have such a great senior population, and older adults are so fun to work with, and I really love that part of my business. I actually am a certified senior move manager.
Wow.
Also, and so I work with seniors, whether they're choosing to stay in their home and age in place, and they want to remain as independent as possible. I can work with them that way, or if they're moving to a senior community or assisted living, or even back home with with family members.
Okay.
I can help them look at their home and figure out what they need for the next phase of their life. Exactly. And really make that transition more smooth for them and a lot less stressful, because moving's stressful.
Very. And we've moved twice, and I know also we've had family members that for example, my aunt and uncle dealing with my aunt's mom and dad, and a lot of change in that family's dynamic and their lifestyle with moving to assisted living home, and then my aunt and uncle having to work to completely reorganize their home, their parents' home. And over the last few years, I have really just family conversation, hearing the stress and just the burden that they're carrying. So I can only imagine what a valuable resource
it is. I
mean, it can be.
If someone is choosing to stay where they are, and trying to remain independent, you still have to very often look at their space and look at their things and help them organize so that they can better reach things. The things that they need are more accessible to them. One of the largest, it's actually the number one event that will send an older adult to the hospital is a fall. So I'm trained to be able to go in and look at an area and help set up the situation so that is less of a possibility.
You're right, though. When you say that, because my grandmother fell in her home, and yes, sent her to the hospital. After the fact was when my family really had to come in. Now, they didn't have someone like you over there where they live that they worked with, so they would have really been benefited to work with you. But they had to go in and completely restructure my grandmother's home and did a lot of reorganizing in that. So I can only imagine.
And I don't know if your grandmother did, but very often people will come home from these situations and they'll come home with a walker or a wheelchair or a scooter that wasn't part of their life before. And so the space has to be reconfigured just so that new piece of the family can get through the house in an effective way. So there are just a lot of things. I really love working with seniors because there's so many things that, so many challenges, and it's such a rewarding part of my business. I love that. I really love that. And the caregivers too are great. And the caregiving, you were talking about your aunt and your uncle and your mom and dad, and it's hard to be a caregiver. Caregivers give up so much of their life. And so many caregivers end up getting sick or having problems of their own because of the stress. So if I can come in and help them organize their systems and their space and just their day so that they can more effectively, not only be a more effective caregiver, but have less stress for themselves, that's rewarding for me. It's huge.
A huge benefit.
Huge. Yeah,
a huge
really
benefit. Is. Okay, I do have one final question for you. So you work with, really, there's a wide spectrum. Anybody and everybody could really benefit from working with you and the resources that you can bring to the table, especially with the all the special training that you've been involved in. But what should somebody look for? Say, hey, here's me. I see advertisements or I hear professional organizers talking. What should I really be looking for?
Sure. Well, I think that it's very important to look for someone who has taken the seriousness about their business to maybe join some of the organizations that are out there, get some education. I'll just give you an idea. I'm a member of, I told you, the Institute for Challenging Disorganization.
Yes.
There's the National Association of Professional Organizers.
Okay.
I'm also a member of the National Association of Senior Move Managers.
Oh my goodness.
And the associations, what that brings to us is a lot of education, but also you are then also bound by a standard. You're bound by a code of ethics.
Yes.
That is so important. Privacy and confidentiality and honesty in this business is paramount. And you really have to find an organizer that you feel comfortable with, because they're going to be in your home, in your things, and you have to feel comfortable in sharing information as well as having that person come into your home and work. And I don't take that lightly. I take that very seriously. So right away, I also feel it's really important for somebody in this profession to be licensed and insured and bonded in any way that they need to be, so that hopefully little accidents don't happen, but if they do, you're insured for them.
Then you're covered.
Exactly.
Well, Robin, I have learned so much today about the depth of your business and the range of services that you can provide across the board. It's incredible, and
it's really fun. It's challenging. and it's very rewarding. It really is.
It has to be. So thanks for talking with me today.